Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back to Healthy Living. How does dust or air pollution affect your health? Well, joining me now is ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom, who's ready to answer that question and more. So, Doc, how does dust affect your health?
Okay, well, it depends on the size of the dust particle, okay? Our respiratory system is very good at filtering these particles so they don't go into our lungs, starting with our nose with hairs small and large that will filter out the bigger particles. If the dust particle goes down deeper into our lungs, it could trigger off asthma or COPD attacks when we begin coughing or choking, wheezing for sure. And if the particles are really, really tiny, they'll go all the way down into the base of our lungs, and at that point cells will come and try to absorb them and remove them from our body. And certain particles are very hard to remove because they're spiky. That would be asbestos, okay, dust. And then people develop lung disease from that. Other particles that can settle down into our lungs are things from droppings from birds, for example, or reptiles that can go way down deep and cause us big time trouble. So a lot of it depends on the size of the particle and also our immune system, how good our defenses are, and whether we have any other conditions such as, you know, lung disease, heart disease, asthma.
All right. Now, what are the factors influencing the effects of dust?
That was what I was just mentioning. Our own immune system, how good it is at clearing these air pollutants from our system. So and also the load. If you have a huge load, you live in a very smoggy area or there's a lot of burning going on in your backyard, there may be just too much for your body to handle. Those, I guess, are the two things. How strong is your immune system, and also your age. You know, little babies, old people have a harder time clearing dust particles from their lungs than younger people.
Yeah, I always see you see images of people sometimes in other countries wearing masks because the air pollution is just so prevalent there.
Right.
Now, I mean, we can't avoid dust, but what are some things that we can do to...
Right. Well, I think we should really feel very grateful that we do have clear air on Guam and we have a nice breeze most of the time clearing things out. But things that we can do to protect our air is don't burn your trash in your backyard, because when you're doing that, even if you separate it, you're still creating a lot of air pollution. You're also releasing a lot of dangerous chemicals into the air, dioxins and VOCs. These are carcinogenic, meaning they cause cancer compounds. So you may think you're saving on trash, but you're causing yourself and maybe your neighbors to get cancer down the road. Some of these particles they'll land on your fruits and vegetables also. If you're growing a garden, then you'll ingest them. This is all very, very harmful. So try not to burn trash in your backyard.
All right. Now, speaking about pollution and external pollution, what are some skin problems that can be caused by external pollution?
Okay. Well, again, we don't have much of this on Guam, but in other environments, in big cities and so on, there's so much grime in the environment that will settle on your skin, plug your pores, and also have some effects on aging. So you will tend to get more wrinkles, drier skin, and for people that are sensitive, you could have asthma, or we call this skin asthma or eczema breakouts from the pollution in the air.
Oh, wow. All right. Now, are there any steps you can take in order to protect your skin from external or outdoor pollution?
Right. And people with very sensitive skin that, let's say they have a form of eczema that's really sensitive to outdoor pollutants, that can be pollen and dust and chemicals in the air. You'll find that they have the breakouts on their face, their neck, and their exposed areas, their arms and legs that are not covered by clothing. If your clothing covers you and you're okay, then you know that it's something in the air. So typically I suggest to those people to try to cover up, wear long sleeves and a hat, and cover as much as your body as you can. And then as often as possible, try to rinse off. You just jump into the shower for 1 or 2 minutes, rinse off all the particles, and then you can continue on with your life. But it's awkward for people, but if they're aware of that, then it's a very good way to control their eczema.
All right. Now, at what point should a person who is experiencing these skin allergies see a doctor?
Well, of course, if they're itchy and scratching and getting infected and so on, then they need to get seen, and we will give them medication to help them. Moisturizing is super important as well, because when you have a barrier of moisture, of a little bit of oil on your skin, it will keep the particles from touching your skin. So moisturizing is really, really important. You could use something like Eucerin or Aveeno to just create that extra barrier between your skin and the pollutants.
All right, thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
So sit tight. When we return, the doc will answer some of